Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Proma and today we are going to be making focaccia bread. I'll have the link to the recipe in my description box, so no worries there. So yeah, it's going to be good. Hopefully you guys like the video. I just mean that you guys like it, not that you have to like press the like button. But it's so crazy how we're so synonymous with those. Anyways, let's get into it. Hello and welcome to the kitchen. My mom is over here also, like on the couch and just listening to everything I'm saying, which is fine. But we're making focaccia bread. So I don't know anything about making bread. I've made bread once in my life and it was amazing, and now I'm basically a baker. So I am using a recipe that I will go through now. So you will need a half cup extra virgin olive oil, 2 garlic cloves finely minced, 1 tablespoon of chopped whatever herbs you want. I'm using basil, lemon thyme, and sage. You're gonna also need a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, which is somewhere. Here's ours. You're gonna need a cup of warm water. You're gonna need 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast, or just a packet. You're gonna need 1/4 teaspoon honey. You're gonna need 2.5 cups all-purpose flour, which I have here in this beautiful bowl. And you're gonna need a 1/2 teaspoon fine sea salt, but I don't have any, so we're using salt, which is fine. So I forgot to mention that you're gonna need some supplies, some utensils. So you're gonna want a big bowl to mix everything in. Some measuring cup things are very useful, as well as a knife and chopping board. Those are important. And also a skillet to do the first step in, which we're gonna do right now. So first what you're gonna wanna do is mix your olive oil, minced garlic, and your herbs and ground pepper in a cold pan, and you're gonna wanna heat that over a low heat for a little bit of time, and then you're gonna mix it in with your yeast and water mixture. So here is our warm water, yeast, and honey mixture. We're gonna wait for it to rise, and we're just gonna let this sit, and we're gonna add our oil and herb mixture to this in a little bit. So see you back in the power of editing. So now that we've had our mixture, it doesn't look like it's risen, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna start adding in the flour slowly. Just casually. You're gonna wanna grab your oil mixture and start adding that in as well. Not all of it at once. And now you're just gonna wanna stir it until the flour has moistened. I am gonna start with a spoon just because I don't know what to use, because the recipe didn't really say exactly. I feel like it needs more flour, so adding in some more flour. Cooking is really just about, I guess this isn't cooking, but baking and cooking is about, what is it about? None of us know. It's about making things and not really knowing where it's going, but just going with it. So I'm gonna add in the rest of the flour. I'm gonna be really sad if this doesn't work because I messed up on the yeast, but hopefully it won't be too much of a big deal and it'll rise, please. So now we're gonna add in the rest of the garlic and oil mixture and herbs. I know you guys can't smell it, but the garlic and the herbs, oh my god, it smells amazing. At this stage, I feel like it's best to just go in with our hands. My hands are in fact clean, so please don't scream at me in the comments, whoever watches this. I think maybe later on we might need to add in more flour, but it's very moist and really, it's just very nice consistency right now in my opinion. Yeah, I feel like this may need a little bit more flour, so I'm gonna go grab some. So I got another cup of flour. I don't think I'm gonna use all of it, but it's just here if we want it, and I'll use it for another recipe. Oh, you know what? I think it is starting to rise a little bit. Like I just saw it puff out, so that makes me really happy. Following a recipe is hard because there's always gonna be little adjustments that you're gonna have to make on your own, and you just have to figure out what that adjustment's gonna be. Like, is it adding more flour, more water, more herbs, more honey, just adding in whatever, because it's just hard. You can't follow a recipe exactly. Like I don't think that's possible. Maybe it applies to life. Ooh, deep. Now that this is a pretty good blob, we're gonna just move over this bowl. I cleaned our island before starting the filming process, so I'm just gonna knead it here. Just spread out a little bit of flour. You can use like a nice clean cutting board if you prefer, but I know my area and it's clean, so you're just gonna want to knead it for a little bit. Doesn't take a lot according to the recipe. I have never made focaccia bread in my life. I made Dutch bread once and it was really good, so I'm really hoping this turns out basically the same. It's a really relaxing process, I think, kneading bread. It's just so soft. It's just so comforting, like the feeling of it. Doing something with your hands, I feel like it's really good for your mind as well. Just healing. Especially for people who are going through sometimes, like baking and making bread. I just think it's a nice process because it's not repetitive necessarily, but this process is just, you know what it is. You get into a routine of it and it just makes it so much more relaxing and fun to do. Summer vacation has started for me and I don't have to worry about high school anymore and I have to worry about college. I've just had a lot of free time on my hands and I've just chose to fill it with doing creative activities. Like before I started making the bread, I was painting, just trying to understand skin tones better with acrylic paint. So I know I'm not going out a lot, but I feel like I'm having a good time being on my own and learning about different things. So hopefully I'll be able to make more baking videos in the future. It takes a while to set up everything, but I'm enjoying it still. Okay, I feel like this has been sufficiently kneaded. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty good. So now what we're going to want to do is transfer this dough into a large oiled bowl and cover it with a warm, damp towel just to keep in, I guess, the, like, when it gets all poofy. So, yeah, and we're gonna leave it to sit for an hour and we will be back then. It has been an hour since we have let our bread to rest and sit, and now we're gonna see if it has, I don't know, poofed up. It's so pretty. It's so fluffy. Oh my god. Okay, so now we want a 9 by 13 inch platter on which we're gonna put our bread in so we can put it in the stove. So whatever remaining oil and herb thing that you have, you're just gonna wanna mix it in completely with your bread. Or I guess your dough, it's not bread yet. Oh my god, this smells so good. We are placing our bread dough into our platter, and focaccia is a very thinner type of bread, so we're just gonna wanna spread it out as evenly as we can. I'm doing 9 by 13 just because the recipe that I'm following told me to, but if you feel like you could use a smaller platter or a larger one, go for it. So now that we have placed our dough into our platter like so, we're gonna let it sit for another 20 minutes. See you later. So my video just wasn't making me happy because my head got cut off, so I'll just explain what I did. So I know I said to wait for 20 minutes and let it sit, but I actually let mine rest for around 2 hours because I had to go do some other stuff, so mine got to rest for quite a bit. It rose a lot. I will put in a clip right here. And I have set my oven to preheat and has been preheated to 450 degrees. So I just put it in there for 15 minutes because I don't want it to burn. And we will see how it is from there. Okay, so the bread is done now and it looks really nice and golden. Oh, my glasses, they're immediately... Ooh, anyways. So here's the bread. I'm gonna test it by poking it through the middle with a toothpick just to see if it's baked all the way through. Ooh, okay. It seems like it has definitely baked well through. So I guess now I just have to wait for my dad to come home so we can all eat it together. So finally, after almost the entire day, I have finished baking my bread. So it is lemon thyme, sage, basil, garlic, focaccia bread. Here it is, my baby. She is beautiful. She's very thin. She's a skinny legend. Oh, I almost broke it. I'm not gonna try and lift it. I'll just show it like this. So she's very adorable. I'm very excited to eat it. So I hope you liked the video, and we will see if I make any more baking videos because this was a horrible pain to film, but I had a lot of fun anyways. So see you in the next video. Bye!